what is the right thing to do or what are the wrong things to do. So when Sudokina was mentioning about self-awareness, I think that is the key. Self-awareness about yourself plus about your environment. There are a couple of exercises by which you can do that self-awareness analysis. For example, there is an exercise called 3P, where what you do is you identify the problems or issues in your lives, right? Maybe as a student, right? Second, then you can identify is what are the priority out of, say, 10 different problems, what are the priority. And third, then you think about what could be the possible solutions and accordingly shape yourself. And the key is in personality development, don't lose yourself. I mean, you would need to be yourself. You would need to feel proud of yourself and recognize what is right or wrong or what is modifiable. What is modifiable, and then start working on it. There would be a number of things which you cannot modify. For example, the way I look, I cannot modify, right? But there could be things like, for example, the way I talk. Probably you can make some changes.
And how do you explain it, if I may just come in? I want to be like so-and-so. The personality cult that also comes in between, that I am this, but I want to be this. Is it okay with this learner group if they want to be something?
You would need to set your goals, and your goals need again to be recognized very calculatively. I mean, you cannot just imagine things, and probably you should also take assistance of people who are experts in it, right? Where they would help you how to identify the right goals. So have a discussion with them, right? Maybe your teacher, maybe your counselor. They can assist you.
Basically, be realistic about goal settings, also in consonance with your attributes.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Many of my friends come and tell me that they feel under pressure when it comes that they have to go in front of many people and do something, though they have knowledge, but it results in the pressure of the expectation from others also.
Pressure, psychological pressure.
What you need to do is build on your self-esteem or self-concept. And the best way to build on your self-concept or self-esteem is to do a little sweet talk about yourself. Here I wish to talk about a person who was recently interacting with me, and he was talking about his inner struggle. And he said, I have got two dogs inside me. One is a good dog, and the other one is the evil or the mean dog. And when I asked him who wins, what he replied was, the dog which I feed the most. So I think you should feed the good dog in you. Do a sweet talk to yourself. Think highly of yourself. Appreciate and compliment yourself, because that compliments are going to work in a similar way as compliments received by any other one. Okay, so that appreciation would boost the self-confidence in you and the self-esteem. And once your self-esteem is high and you are confident enough, I don't think you're going to face any of these troubles as you're talking about.
The moral of the story, of the dog story, so to say, would be that love yourself, be very comfortable in your skin. But before you come up with your question, I want to ask you, are you comfortable in your skin, what you are? Is it okay with you the way you are, the way you've shaped up? Or is it that there is this thirst, I mean, you want to really grow and become something else also?
I'm satisfied with myself.
You're comfortable in
Yeah,
it?
ma'am.
Okay, now what's your question?
While communicating, I find myself that I'm switched over to different dialects, like sometimes English and sometimes not a continuous English. I mean, what can I do in that?
That is not any problem related to your own self. It is about honing those skills of English communication. That's all.
And also, you know, the problem is when friends talk together, they go into a mixture of languages. So to fit in, you also sort of try to speak the same lingo. So, you know, Hindi, English together.
I think that my friends think I'm boasting of myself.
If it's only one or two people who are telling you that, okay. But if you're getting that kind of feedback from many people, you're not doing it intentionally perhaps, but people are perceiving you in such a manner.
No, but ma'am, let's first also understand when he says that friends think that he's boasting of himself. That means he is in any way very much in love with himself and is very comfortable with what it is. But you tell us, what is it that you really speak about frequently? Because you said that your friends say that you're boasting about yourself most of the time. What do you talk mostly?
I mean, topics related to physics and something like
Okay,
electronics.
Basically intelligence.
intelligence.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, Dr. Azri.
I would like to answer to this question. I think you start appreciating them. They won't say that you are
Good one.
boasting, okay? Because once you appreciate them, they will actually understand that you are not using any flattery. What you are doing is actually praising them for what qualities are present in them, and then they will understand that whatever you are speaking of yourself is also true.
Right.
Also, to add on, there is a rule called 1, 2, 3. Okay, when you hear something which you don't like, only from one person you may ignore it. When you hear from
Many
2 people,
yes.
3 people,
Then
then you
you
need to
need to
consider
take
it.
note.
And
Yes.
it's always important, personality meaning what? It needs to be pleasing to others, right? So it's again important that you need to consider if there is a feedback which is disturbing, then probably you need to work on it.
It's also, when you talk, it's not just the words.
Right.
It's also the tone you use, okay? It's like supposing you say, I'm sorry, and you say, I'm sorry. It's not just the words, it's the tone. So maybe what you're saying to you is just general thing that you're discussing about your studies or physics. But to the other person, it comes across as this person is trying to show off his knowledge. So maybe you just need to choose your words a bit more carefully, be sensitive to what offends them or whatever, and choose your tone properly so that they don't get put off by it.
Because your
Okay.
tone will determine your expression or what
Absolutely.
exactly you want to convey.
Tone.
Yes,
Body
exactly.
language, expression, everything goes into communication. What is the way people are looking at you? What are they thinking of you? Words have power, Words have power to bring happiness or to bring sorrow. Words have power to encourage or to demotivate. Okay, so, and words have the power, if your communication is effective, you will build good relationships. But if your communication is not like that, then obviously you can see the results. So just
Yes.
take note in future that how are you saying it? What are you saying? Your tone, your words, and just make sure that people don't feel bad.
Just to add on, communication. How much you communicate by your body, by your body language, is far more than how much you communicate with your words, right? So you need to be, which we are not very much aware of, right? So we need to be really aware of our body language, right? That communicates far more than our words.
Let's first take his question and then we'll come to the body language. Yes.
I am unable to organize my thoughts and explain my ideas and views to the other people.
When your thoughts are organized, your speech is organized. So before opening your mouth, you've got to think about what I'm going to say. Some people open their mouth and then they find out what they're saying. So be clear-cut,
Clarity
to
in
the
thought?
point. Clarity in thought, and try to get to the main point first. That this.
Okay.
Then go into the details. Okay, this is where we lack. We go into long, drawn-out stories. At the end, we come to the point. By that time, people lose interest. So be precise, to the point, organize your thought, organize your speech.
How does one really work on it, the thought process? Because that, I guess, is also very integral to the whole concept of personality development.
First, what do I want to convey? What is the point I want to speak about? Number one. Second, what language do I use? Simple language which the person can understand. Okay? I think that is about it. Be organized in what you want to convey and try to use a language which will be understandable. Third, I would say that when you say something, check whether the person has understood. Get the feedback. Did you understand exactly what I'm trying to tell you? Okay, you need to check. Get feedback, organize your thought, make your language simple.
Okay.
Straight to the point.
Right. Basically, reaching out also. The whole concept of body language, when you said that you speak with your body as well, from your body as well, you convey a lot.
What is meant by body language? The way we are sitting, the way we are standing,